What's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 31 of our Atalanta Career Mode, and today, 3 games for you. We've got Verona, Aberdeen in the Europa League, and then Cagliari back in Serie A. Now, hopefully, we can go ahead and grab 3 wins. These are 3 games, a team of our we can say standard, but especially where we want to be. We got to be winning these games. So let's jump into this. Atalanta Verona to start. We have 4 points from our first 2 games. Who's unfit for this first game here? Oshiman's out for 2 weeks. So we will have to deal with that. Hasn't got off on a wild goal-scoring form, but we feel if we can get him, get him into the groove, he should be okay. So Gustins is not going to start up front. Muriel will start up front. Gustins come off and Hattaboro can come onto the bench, but it looks like the rest of the first team is ready to go. I think I'm going to go with Mandragora today. I think Mandragora is getting ready to take over that spot, and Malinovsky might end up being the option behind him. But for the moment, hopefully we can do something here. So let's jump into it. Atalanta Verona. Let's go. Nicely done there by Draxler to maneuver his way forward. He's still holding on to the ball here. Now can he find somebody? Finds Renato Sanchez at the top of the box, and Renato moves into a good spot. Cuts back, still holding on to it. Moving back forward here. Just waiting for something to come inside here, and it never really appears. But Muriel is back on it, and he goes for goal here and forces a decent save. A lot of moving around, maneuverability, but that second midfielder, we have him on stay back to try and defensively deal with some of these issues that we were having early on in this career mode. And we kind of missed him at the top of the box there. I'm not sure if we think about taking him off and move him back to a more balanced approach. Mandragora. It's Mandragora in space. He's looking for a run to find, and he finds Draxler's. And Draxler! Oh, he's finished it! It's into the back of the net. It's a lovely finish from him. And the German gives us a 1-0 lead here on 22 minutes. And we've deserved it. We've started really, really well. And it's a good finish, a really good finish. As the people in the crowd go wild. And it's a lovely ball out here. This is a really good run and a great ball. And the touch brings him into a good space. And the finish is great. Everything about that move, very, very nice. He just curls it just beyond the goalkeeper. And into the back of the net, 1-0. Poor giveaway by me, really. Can we win that? Simakan does, but it's actually taken off him. Tavares can't quite get it off there. And Verona in a good spot. He's done well to get that across, and oh, it's gone all the way through. And Verona lead. Come on. It's gone all the way through that. Kloss with the tap in at the back post. For one of Verona's first attacks, really. I thought we got a block on it here. Goes right by him, and then it's just missed everybody. And found its way to the back post. 1-1 here on 38 minutes. Nicely done here. Can we get that into space? We can. Here's Coutinho. Manages to hold on to that. It's Mandragora. Back to Sanchez. Moving the ball around, just looking for an opening. Coutinho. We slip that into space. Brilliant. Brilliant football that. What a save. And can he get there? He can. And it's Coutinho who's finished it. That's a great save. But it's just continued to loop over him. And just as halftime has come, Felipe Coutinho has given us the lead. He's grabbed a couple of goals so far since his move here to Italy. But he's given us a lead here. And that's what's most important. Lovely. That's good football. Should be finishing that. But as long as it gets put into the back of the net, we'll take it as Coutinho touches it in. That may have crossed, but he had to make sure Verona didn't have any defenders clear that off the line. And as halftime comes, we take a 2-1 lead. Played in nicely. Is Ataran onside? He is. And can he give us another goal? Oh, it's hit the post. Oh, a minute into the second half, and we have a really big opportunity to take a 2-goal lead. But off the post it goes. clipped into a good spot. It's Nolito. Tavares chasing. Nicely played in there. There's a bit of space. Oh, and he's clipped it across. Easy enough. It's in the air. It's going to come back. It's in. We had that chance, and he's just floated around in there. Deflection by the goalkeeper. Pushes it into the air. 2-2, and every time we have a chance to just get away, we concede at the other end. It's got to stop doing that. We play this into space, we can. It's Coutinho on it. And Coutinho can play it to Draxler. And Draxler's trying to round his man, and he does. And can he slide it across? He can. Brilliant. Excellently done by Draxler, who's had such a good game. And that's actually his last contribution because he's getting exhausted. But it's 3-2 here, and it's a tap-in for Atarin. But Draxler doing all the hard work. It seems his pace is a little bit higher today. He's done so well here. And he rounds there. And then just slides a perfect ball across. And that's a tap-in for Atarin, whose last contribution was that goal. Those two linking up. Those two onto the bench for the last 20 minutes here. It's 3-2. Nicely taken. It's a good touch on. Sanchez finds Kovalenko. And Kovalenko, he's going to go from distance. Oh, what a save. Oh, there's 2 minutes to go here. Oh, another draw would be heartbreaking in this manner. Simakan gets it to Robertson. Oh, and he loses it, but does manage to win it back. There's 2 minutes added on here. Casace, and we're kind of just moving the ball around. We'll take it. Sanchez does get it out wide. Nicely done. We're holding on to the ball here, and it looks like we are going to grab ourselves a big win here. As Robertson cuts back inside. Brilliant. Oh, and it's blocked away, but that should do it, and it does. A 3-2 victory. We need to get some wins strung together in Serie A, and even though it's this early in the season, it's imperative that we get off to a good start. Top 4, it's a tough thing to hit in Italy. A lot of teams are really good, and they're going to get points. We got to keep on rolling. As you can see, Roma beat Fiorentina there 3-1, but we'll take it. A 3-2 victory. We'll see where that leaves us early on, but a very important win as we get ready to jump into what would be the Europa League. That's another chance for us, by the way, to get into the Champions League should we finish 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th in the league. Obviously, we want to finish in that top 4, but we'll see, as Gosens has been sold. Now, if you didn't catch the end of last episode, we went through deadline day. It didn't have a ton of action, but after the fact, we had a lot of bids come in, so there are a couple players leaving. We'll take a look. We're going to have money, ready to roll when the window opens. So as you can see, bids have come in and things, but there are players leaving. Gosens is one of them, and a bid has come in for Ilicic and Pessina. Ilicic, we may move on. He's negotiating with Leipzig, £22.9 million. He doesn't play a ton anymore. I did want to keep him around, but he's just fading, and 22.5 or 23 million really is a lot of money for someone like Ilicic at 32, and then Pessina, who looks like he's going to leave for 11.1 million. So it looks like with those 32 and then 56 million between the three, it's a pretty good bit of business, and we'll have money in January to find that left back, and then we'll have a complete squad, and if we need to move any other players on or bring other players in, we'll end up doing that, and we'll have the ability to do that. So let's jump forward into this Aberdeen game. Let's see if we can grab ourselves 3 points, something we got to be doing, really. We're going to give Galeno his first start. Osimhen can play. Simakan can have a rest. Mancini starts. We have Toloi up on the block. It's another player who may end up leaving. But for now, he is still part of the team, and we'll do that. We're going to give Brescia a start. He's not going to get too many opportunities this year, so we might as well give him one there. But I think the team is ready to roll. I'm gonna let Tavares rest. Hattabaro can play, but hopefully this team is good enough. Should be. Osimhen, of course, a starter. Sanchez a starter. Malinowski, can start. Kasache, who started really, really well. Another proper good player. So we've got starters ready to roll. You know, but we are going to end up rotating as much as we can to keep as many of the first teamers fresh. So let's jump into this. Aberdeen, Atalanta. Let's go. Kovalenko's going to collect this. Smalinowski plays it out to Renato Sanchez. Keeps on running forward. Sanchez finds Kovalenko. One more here, and it's Malinovsky back to Osimhen. And Osimhen! He's found his first goal at the club. It's 1-0 here after 20 minutes. Osimhen definitely glad to have his first goal out of the way. I'm glad to get his first goal out of the way. He's got some really good attributes. He is a little bit lanky, and that 92 pace is probably a little bit slower, seemingly, because his legs are so long. But everything else, he's got the makings of a quality player. And he's got his first goal for the club. It's a nice finish. And we lead 1-0. Nicely done. Malinovsky. Back across. Nicely turned. One more. Galeno. Here's Galeno now. And Galeno flips it across. Brilliant! Oh, what a finish. I thought he actually collected that there, the Aberdeen man. But Kovalenko's grabbed a goal. It's 2-0. And very much in control here, as Aberdeen are struggling to deal with our football. This is a great ball in. Oh, I thought he got a touch on that. He didn't, but that's a really good finish on the slide. Excellently done. Sent it the opposite way of the goalkeeper, and Kovalenko grabs himself a goal. It's 2-0 on 37 minutes. Mancini. Here's Sanchez. Trying to run into that gap, but it's taken off him. Oh, two center backs have split up here. Not what I want to see. It's McGlennon here. Popov chasing, and McGlennon goes for goal, and it's a decent save at his near post by Berisha. Needed to be, but not what I wanted to see from the center backs. I know we dragged one over there, but I didn't think they'd both stick to the same side even after the fact. Janowski turns, finds Sanchez. Can Sanchez move forward here? He does so well. One more. Back inside. It's a good turn by Osimhen, and he does so well this escape. And can we slip it to Sanchez? We can. And Renato Sanchez! Oh, it's a decent save. A little bit too close to the near post there. Kind of wanted to go far post, but forces a decent save here. Nice takeaway there. We can get it to Osimhen. And it's back inside. Here's Kovalenko. And Sanchez is making the run we want him to make. And it's Sanchez, and he's finished it, and that should be game over. 3-0. Renato Sanchez, his last contribution. We've said that a lot today. Just before players get taken off, they find their way to contribute to a goal, and Sanchez that time just had one saved a minute ago. Not saving this one. He has hammered that. Perfectly placed as well. It's 3-0 here. Excellent. There's one more in there, and it's Castagne. And Castagne's through on goal. Castagne, oh, he's off the post, and that went right by Galeno. That looked like a tap-in for him, but inexplicably didn't stick a foot out. Doesn't really matter, as we've said, as there's only a minute to go here. But we are going to come away with a 3-0 win. That's 2 wins from 2. We were talking today about we needed to win these 3 games, and we're 2 for 2 here. If we can find a way to beat Cagliari, we haven't had a really proper good episode. We're going to see in a minute where that puts us in where we are in the league. We'll see if our other Besiktas, they lost at home to Athens 2-0, so that's probably a decent result for us, I would think. I would have thought in game Besiktas had the advantage there, but Athens wins. So us and Athens on 3 points, as Ilicic has been sold. 22.9 million is a pretty decent option. We still have these players till January, of course, as Monachello's been sold, 910,000, another gone, and then 2 million more for Carraro. An offer has come in for Jabora as well. We've had all this stuff I thought would come on deadline day. It hasn't. It's come a week or 2 after the fact, but it doesn't really stop us because I think our squad is in a really good spot. We'd like to have a proper left back next to Kasache, but we have Gosens who can play there, as Pacina's been sold as well. So let's take a look at how much money we have in the bank. We'll have it for next January. Once that all happens, I actually can't even. The money won't come in because the players are still there. What am I thinking? But let's jump into the Cagliari game beforehand. But it should leave us around £60 million. But as you can see, we're in third place, tied with quite a few teams in third place. Inter and Juventus, the teams that are going to set the pace in this league for the foreseeable future. They're on 9. Everyone else is on 7. So let's get a switch in here. We're going to let Mandragora start along with Sutalo. I think we're good. I think that's the only changes we need to make. Let's jump into this. Atalanta Cagliari. Let's keep this up. Let's get some wins. Nice turn. He does well to get it to Mandragora, who's racing away here, and there's space out wide here for Atarin. He's made a brilliant run into that gap, and here's Atarin, and Atarin's finished it, and we lead 1-0 here in Cagliari. 8 minutes gone, and that's a great break, and Atarin has made a brilliant run there, though that left center back has just continued to chase Osimhen, even though Osimhen was already double marked. A bad mistake on his part, a lethal mistake, as Atarin races into that gap and finishes off the move. It's 1-0 early on here. Poor giveaway by Cagliari there, and can we break from it? There's plenty of men forward here. Can we slip it out to Draxler? We can, and Draxler can't quite slip it across, but it's going to fall to Osimhen. Are you kidding me with that block? No way. That's an absurd block. It's come to Osimhen, and all he has to do is get on target. Oh, and it just comes off the back of that man's thigh there. Are you kidding me? How is it not 2-0? Nicely done. Here's Casace. It's a lovely ball forward to Atarin. Atarin cuts back inside. Finds a really good ball out there. Can we slip it through to Osimhen? He can. And Osimhen's going to go for goal, and that's a decent save. Tight angle once again. Osimhen seems to get into a lot of those tight angle positions there, but forces a decent save here. As Coutinho slips back inside, and Coutinho has a shot blocked. It's come back down. Headed on. Brilliantly done. Excellent. 2. Excellent, excellent, excellent to move that across the box. A lot of one-touch passing. Draxler with the finish. That's a good block here. It's come back inside. Headed on. One more. And Draxler's all alone at the back post, and he has smashed that into the corner. Excellently done. 38 minutes gone. It's 2-0. Here's Sanchez. Back inside. Finds Mandragora. Sanchez again. Mandragora. We're moving the ball around nicely. That's clipped in behind. Galeno does well. It's back across. Osimhen with a tap in. It's 3-0. And that should be game over again. And we look like we're going to 3 wins from 3. We were targeting that today at the beginning, and we've done well. That's a perfectly weighted pass. Slide tackle can't quite get there. And Osimhen scoring in Serie A now. His second of the episode. And it's 3-0 on 72 minutes. Nicely done again. There's plenty of space out here. It's come to Galeno, and he's played a perfectly timed ball into Osimhen. And Osimhen, he's finished it. Another 2 and a couple of minutes for him. And that's an incredibly quick break, wasn't it? Excellently done right out there. First time ball back into Osimhen. And he makes no mistake as he fires it past the goalkeeper for his second in a couple of minutes. And it's 4-0 on the 80th minute. Tavares back inside. Here's Sanchez. Coutinho. And Coutinho does so well. And Coutinho! Oh, what a finish from Coutinho! Brilliant from him. He did so well to beat those 2 men and then just fires a low rocket right into the bottom corner. Pick this one out. Just skips right by that man there. And then bam! What a finish. Low into the bottom corner. That's brilliantly done by Coutinho, who's settled in ever so well so far at Atalanta. And it's 5-0 here. What a performance. Corner clipped in, headed away. We are going to fall onto it. It's Coutinho here. A little bit tired, but he does well to turn and find space. And it's cut back. And here's Galeno racing away. There's a minute to go in this game as we chase a 6th. And Galeno... I tried to slip that in to Kovalenko. Not sure why it didn't get there. Mandragora. Kovalenko does so well to turn. And Kovalenko, it's a great save. Ball headed away, and that'll be that. A 5-0 victory here. And we played really well today. A bit tight in that Verona game to start, but since 8-0 on aggregate in those 2 games, no shots for Cagliari. Excellently done. And we're starting to really come into this team a little bit. I thought after the Parma game that this might be another one of those years, but so far we've turned it around since. And as you can see, here we sit in third, level with Roma on 10 points. And we've started really, really well here, and we have Empoli next. And that'll be next episode. We'll take a look in a moment as everyone's stamina is continuing to go up, and that's what we want to see. Tavares has gotten to a point now where he's pretty comfortable stamina-wise, and we'll just want to get it up a little bit more. So next episode, Empoli at home, Benevento at home, and then we have Besiktas in the group stage, and then after that, we have a big old game against Juventus. And then we have Inter and Napoli coming too. It's a big month, October. A really big month. Even November is pretty big. And we're going to have to continue to be at our best to do anything about it, guys. But that is going to be the end of this episode. I hope you folks have enjoyed it. Stay tuned for more. And peace.